Thank you very much. I feel so strange not being able to make eye contact with you. To look into your eyes, I have to appear to be looking away from you.
Such is life. Yes, we're kind of used to it now. And next step will be robots anyway, so won't matter.
How are you managing?
I'm probably finding it less hard than someone who is used to being with a lot of people every day. I'm not deprived of human company. I'm not living in a one-room condo and going absolutely batshit crazy.
I've heard you talk about the privilege of, you don't have to go work in a poultry plant. You don't have to ride the subway.
Absolutely not.
Hospital.
Yeah, the frontline healthcare workers and they really should get vaccinated pronto. Certainly ahead of people like me who would be in line just because I'm OLD.
I'm sure you're reading people talk about when COVID's over, I will. And is there a sort of a roaring 20s kind of feel about what, like a bit of a hedonistic spurt that may come in your instincts?
I wouldn't be surprised because when you keep the lid on the boiler and turn up the heat, something's going to blow up. And people are going to want to party. Of course they are. And one of the problems we've been having is that they've been doing that prematurely. Mm-hmm. So have you been having any COVID dreams?
Yes. Are you?
Yes, I had my first one just recently in which I was at this big party, which I in fact had thrown. And in the middle of it, I realized it's a big party and none of us have got any masks on. Huh. What are we thinking? Yeah, but it was quite a fun party. It's just that it was a really bad thing to be doing.
In part, we're talking because of you graciously, said yes, but also because of the Writers' Trust Award being named after you and your beloved Graham. What does it mean to you, if I may, to have that?
Well, I think he would be very pleased. And I'm happy to lend my name because it's a great thing for somebody to win, especially in these days when it has been quite difficult, especially for people publishing their first books. In fact, it's been impossible. Ordinarily, they would have readings, they would go to different cities, they would have interviews. They can't do that anymore. It's all been remote. So for somebody to win that, I think it really gives you a step up. So I'm happy to do it, and Graham would have been very pleased.
I was thinking when you were talking about how much harder it is in COVID and the readings and the tours, and then I was having a conversation with a friend on the weekend about the long pen.
Oh yeah,
and you inventing this remote technology to sign books. I mean, it's kind of amazing that you basically invented a perfect COVID era.
I know. Well, that was a long time ago. And when we started, people say it was just for me. It wasn't just for me. It was for everybody. Because I knew that some cities never got writers and some people lived in places where they would never see authors. So the idea that you could take somebody not just within North America, but around the world and do a remote book signing, and we did that. And what that morphed into is now a company called Syngraphy, and it is a signature company. And yes, here we are in COVID, and those kinds of devices are suddenly pretty needed.
I'm curious where you were on January 6th.
During the attempted coup.
Correct.
I think I was chewing off my finger, you see my fingernails. I think I was chewing off my fingernails like other people. And, of course, having written dare I mention it, having written a dystopic novel in 1985, which began with a coup in Congress.
What is that?
It's the Capitol. 20 or 30 guys with machine guns just started shooting from the gallery seats. It just happened.
In which martial law was then declared. I was just hanging by a thread because one dead congressperson, martial law, coup. That was so close. I'm not sure that people realize exactly how close that came. The asteroid did not hit Earth, but it came pretty close.
And has the asteroid gone away?
No, Are we seeing the end of a great world power? Let us hope not, because what comes next would not be preferable.
Being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it.
On those Capitol steps 2 weeks later, for you to see a Harvard poet up there,
Wasn't that wonderful?
I just wonder what it felt like for you.
A little tear. I thought, oh, so wonderful that young people can do this.
And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us.
She rose to the occasion. She became a sort of focus for what a lot of people were feeling. So yeah, I thought that was a very star moment.
I guess I wonder, two questions. What makes you happy right now?
What makes me happy? Talking to you. You seem very cheery. Yes.
And you think we're going to be okay?
Well, what is okay? Are we going to always remember this as having been a pretty trying and difficult period? Yes, we will. Has it been very rough on young people? Yes, it has. Has it been very rough on people with elderly relatives who are in places where they can't be visited? It has been. So all of those things have been hard. Will we ever have an outdoor barbecue together again? Yes, we will.
Well, there's a cheerful note to end on.
Yeah, I'm always quite hopeful.
Well, please look after yourself.
And you too.